Good day, viewers. So once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, I'll bring you the very best here. It has leaked. The reason why the UK government has refused to come through for the Biafrans and the genocide that is currently happening in Nigeria has been revealed. This is coming from a very popular US mayor. He said, Great Britain cannot afford to offend the Muslim world currently, not anywhere, whether home or abroad, because that is where their votes, their resources, and a lot of powerful items come from. So that is why Great Britain keep quiet about a lot of things, including a genocide. Biafran evangelist, this is coming out from a US mayor because a lot of questions have arisen. Why have the Great Britain kept quiet about the genocide currently happening? And when you talk about the genocide, it's Christians and we're talking about Biafrans. What's your take on this coming out just now?
What the man have said is pure truth. First and foremost, I want to address it this way. UK cannot and they will never, because of the number of the Islamic enjoyment. See, UK are too lazy. You don't know? The British, they are very, very lazy. They are too lazy. Go and check most of their, source of income, source of living. They prefer Islamic than who? Because Arab give them money and they use money as a result of their weakness and laziness. They had nothing. They live only by tax. You can have nothing. They live by either tax or stealing.
Stealing?
Yes, they are thieves. Either stealing or tax. That is what they survive. They are too lazy. And then let me tell you, go and check, go and do your findings. Have you ever seen UK government support anything Christian freedom? Go and ask. They have never supported any Christian movement, any Christian thing. They are always against it. Why? Because they believe that they gain more from the Islam than the Christians. Take a look at what happened in Iran recently, that is on board now. America-Israel war with Iran. UK was part of the NATO. They are Europeans. They were asked to support them in opening, giving them the access to their network, so that they can access it and use it against Iran. But guess what happened? Did they open it? Did they give America, Israel the access? No, they block it. In the Strait of Hormuz, join us to fight this. They block it. They're sidelining US and Israel. Why? Because what their evil intention, that's a good kokoro, according to you, that is annual, which they have as a result of their laziness, what they are gaining from Iran. Because if anything happens that they open and give anything support to US, Israel in that Strait of Hormuz, Arab nation will call on them. And the Arab nation will cut ties with them. And moreover, they are now already having issue with the Putin in terms of gas and other resources. Do you understand? They are cutting ties already with the Putin. They are having issue. So now, if there is any mistake, let me use the word mistake that they make in the case of Arab nation, they will suffer more. You see why they prefer not to offend the Arab? Because in terms of Saudi and Co, take a look at what happened. If Israel are the one that bombed Iraq, bomb Iran, Kuwait, whereby those ones are not even fighting them, do you think it will be just ordinary? They will retaliate, they will rise, form, But look at the way Iran bombed them, bombed the people in those places. Guess what happened? They overlook it. They didn't see it as anything. UK sideline it. Come to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a Christian, number one, Igbo man, number two. How did you expect them to come and fight for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in an Islamic nation, which the same set of people are the one that that is denying them of becoming an Islamic nation? And this young man too in UK, right in the presence of Queen, talked to Queen. According to them, they said he insulted their Queen.
Mazin and the Kano.
Yes. No, actually, he stood before the Queen and talked to Queen, addressing the Queen regarding to this issue of Biafra before the woman
Face
died.
to face.
Yeah, I'm not telling you, you can check, ask. Ask. Do you understand? He used that radio Biafra broadcast. You understand? That's what he used. He died according to he died the Queen. And in the world, the Queen was one of the people that people fear. Many presidents in the world, men in the world respect her. But there are some set of people who know send a message. Do you understand? Of being a woman, even for that matter. But she remains one of the strongest women ever in her time. And I haven't said this. You see why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, being a citizen of the UK, yet they damned him. Yet they don't care. Yet they don't show concern. Yet they don't bother of what happened to him. That whatsoever that will happen should happen. After all, Nigeria is what? An Islamic nation. So they want to continue to gain, to profit, to enjoy what they never labored for. You get the point? You see why they ignore Kanu. And which is very, very bad. Which Kanu, even if Kanu is a citizen of Ethiopia, I believe Ethiopia would have rise. If he happened to be Ethiopian citizen, I believe Ethiopia would have rise to ask for their citizen, for their son. But look at the way UK kept quiet. They just acted as if they don't know who is Kanu. They just acted as if they are just hearing a name that they have never heard before. They just pretended as if that man called Kanu does not exist or is nobody. So it means nothing. His life is being what he's looking for, searching for, or agitating for is nothing. It's something that shouldn't have. You get the point? Because of what is gaining. You see when Sudan rose up, what happened? They break Sudan within the space of 2-3 years. They break Sudan. They have Southern Sudan today and Northern Sudan. Because they were Muslim. UK push. UK supported. UK give it all. They back it up. And Sudan divided. Go and check other places that are Islam. See,
Somalia.
go and check the Somalia. Go and check. Where? Okay, go. What about what is it called? This country. Go and check them. Turkey. Go and check these people that break out of India. Pakistan. Because see the way they push it from India. These people must go. At the end of the day, what happened? They left. See how they supported Kuwait. See that how they supported the movement of what is the name? These people that just knew you. Dubai. Look at it. Okay. See the way they are pushing Palestine. Now, I don't know whether you are following this. See how they are pushing Palestine and Beirut, which is Lebanon. Two of them now, see, and Syria. See how they are fighting Israel politically. They always hold conference upon conference. Any, world leaders summit, you see them pushing it, that they should recognize them as what? As a nation. That Israel should leave them. But to the one in your own corridor, you never talk about it. You remain silent. Let the Biafrans that are the Christians should be finished in Nigeria. They have been the one. Do you know why? Because of selfishness. That if Biafra should rise and stand today, if Biafra should break out of Nigeria, the percentage of their income will reduce. their profit will reduce. And moreover, the 86% of the oil they are sucking from Nigeria, are you hearing me? The oil they are sucking. So when they are gaining, they will stand to lose it. Because at least that 86% oil they are sucking without paying will stop. And do you know how much they make in that oil? They suck the crude oil. Inside the crude oil, they have kerosene. Inside the crude oil, they make their gas. Inside the crude oil, they have their fuel. And they still have the one they call extraction, how do they call it, which they are using for other things, which that is what they are scared of losing. You see why anything concerning genocide in Nigeria means nothing to them. It matters not to them. Do as you like. Let me just shock you. That was last 2 years. A man was caught in the bush in the axis of Enugu in the eastern region, dropping arms for the Fulani in the bush. Eventually, they were caught. Don't be surprised. I want to shock you that one of them happened to be a British man, but he denied. They are the ones supplying arms to the Fulanis in the bush with the Nigerian plane. A white man, a British man. That is to tell you that they themselves are involved in the genocide going on in Nigeria. Not just only Fulanis, but the UK. Just to fulfill that evil agenda, just to bring it to pass in Nigeria. So that every surviving Igbo man must be Alakoba, must serve Muhammad, and which is not in our DNA. It's not in our blood, and it can never be. How can that be? Because we believe only God Almighty, the creator of heaven and the earth, is the God we know, not Muhammad. But they are forcing us to serve, to follow Muhammad, and I cannot do that because Muhammad is a man like me.
Well, we're say Biafran evangelist because a lot of questions will be coming out. I know my viewers will be curious when they're watching this. Now, could this be the reason why Sheikh Gumi and Sultan of Sokoto is acting so powerful? Because currently they are seriously against the peace, as in the agreement between Nigeria and Israel. Because currently, President of Nigeria signed with Benjamin Netanyahu that they are now free to come into Nigeria and help fight and protect the Nigerians. Sheikh Gumi and Sultan of Sokoto is fuming seriously and complaining, threatening to call on the UK government. Biafran evangelist, is this the reason why these people are so powerful? Because UK, the colonial masters, are solidly behind them.
Yes. That's why they are so powerful, and that is why Sheikh Gumi talk anyhow and still go free. That's why Sheikh Gumi visit bandit and tell you bandit will not leave him. Neither will he leave bandit, that they are family. That's why Sheikh Gumi openly declare it that he's a bandit and he's still moving freely. Let Igbo man make such statement.
But he said he's not a bandit.
Tinubu will come after him. What makes him different from bandit? When he said that Fulani is his own brother and him is a brother to terrorists. So what is the difference? Is he not a bandit? He's a bandit. So there is no two ways. Based on his speech, I'm judging him.
Okay.
You understand? Based on what he said, that is what I'm judging him. That is whom he is. But Nigeria is not a place. You see why they are powerful? Yes. And let me tell you, you should have asked again, why is it that when the UK want to leave Nigeria, they carry power, give to them, the Fulanis?
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? That means there is something fishing with which we did not know, which the same Hausa people never search for the independence and their freedom from UK. Then why should it be the Easterners, the Igbos? And now who moved the emotion is from where? It's an Eastern man, a Biafra man. Zeke, who pursued it and got it, is from here, Igbo man. You see why they are not happy. So they decided, instead of giving it to the people that they're supposed to, they now give it to who? To the Fulanis. That is what makes them powerful. And they are the other side backing them. Take a look at what happened during the war. Who did they support? They support the Fulanis. They gave them arms. Where somebody Weasley was their parliament in charge of their arms, who fully supported Nigerian civil war and provided every arms, necessary arms, weapon that Nigeria needed, the Fulani needed against the Igbos. But at that time during the war, we fought an ignorant war. Igbos fought ignorant war. Do you know why I call it ignorant? That civil was ignorant war. Igbos didn't see Yorubas as their enemy, not knowing that Yorubas are partaker. Igbos did not see Benue people as the enemy, but they are partakers. You get the point? The Kogis and Co. But not now again. You get the point? Because this time around, we have seen it that they are our enemies. Whosoever that rises, we join them with the others.
With these things you've said, I can clearly get the mind of my viewers the questions that could be coming out now. Biafran Evangelist, this question is, after all this said and done, with all these evidences and all this that have happened to the Biafrans, with the way the UK, the Fulanis are treating the Biafrans, how come they still have the majority of the leaders in the eastern part of Nigeria still siding them against their own brothers? Because seriously, a lot of statement has been made by Soludo, which is hitting against the Igbos. Biafran Evangelist, what is the cocoa? What is the problem? What is the problem?
The problem is this. It's so simple. What Igbos, the trauma that Igbo people went through makes many Igbos lose their sense of belonging.
Okay.
It makes them to the trauma and the traumatization that went through their mindset made them to a kind of have other side instead of having the positive side. You see why they themselves are against themselves, and they're against the movement of what is about to take place. And they forgot because that selfishness have eaten them up. You understand? That greediness have eaten them up. A lot of promises have made to them and their generation, which they never know if those promises will be fulfilled. Because the promise that is made, they can just give you now. What about when you are no more? They don't think about that. Now, when Ojukwu was alive, a lot of things was not going on around his home. But now Ojukwu is no more. Look at the Bianca now parading herself, just doing anyhow. These are the things that in Igbo, some of those ones you call leader, because they are not our leader. We know who is our leader. Are still parading themselves in the same corridor, not thinking that one day they will sleep, they will not wake up. Then what will be the fate of their children and their children's children? They are not reasoning that way. These people that is making promises to you, are they going to keep it? That should be the question. Then take a look at the ones that they promise. Did they keep it to the fullness? I'm telling you this, my brother, that is my I will say my cousin, that is my mom, first son, served Nigeria. He ended up as a DPU in an area. As he dies, ask me where are the children, where are the family. They were chased out of the barrack. Do you understand? They were chased out of the barrack. Likewise, every other police. And the two, if you look down at our back now, where I am facing, I have a friend, my schoolmate, whom we school together. The first son of that family. When their father died, they chased them out of barrack. They are the one that get that building. My friend, schoolmate, we school together. We grow up together. You understand? So I'm not just speaking far away from the truth of what I have observed or I witnessed. But this should show them a lesson. Go and take a look at what is this man, Ngige. Ngige, they say he stole 2.3 or 5 billion. And they sentenced him to appear in police and appear in the court. A Christian, Igbo man. But this man, is it not Danjuma who stole 80 billion? 80 billion. But he was asked to pay how much? 500 million. 89.5 billion. What happened to it? And the same man is coming now to contest for senator. And Nigeria allow him to go. Is it not a man in the in our NEPA electricity sector who stole 1.5 trillion? A Yoruba man. Tinubu allow him to go freely. Tinubu just asked him, "Oh, yeah, resign." The man resigned. He's now coming out to one from one party now. He won't contest for election because what is an Islam, a Yoruba man. Igbo man go jail. Or Joseph Okali, those ones that are supporting evil, which one day they will sleep, they will not wake up again. That time they will know what they have caused their children and children unborn. If Biafra eventually not to come. So you learn, Kanu have already said it, serve Nigeria and return back with shame. How far? Rocha Sokorocha, how far today? Go and check many of them. They ended up in shame. The man that sacrificed himself to bring June 12th today has been sidelined. It's an Igbo man. So which one? How many do you want me to mention? So Nigeria is not a place where one can serve or where one will come out and say, let me, and expect the promise to stand. No. Baba, wake up, fight for your freedom. When you get the freedom, your generations to come will be free from siege.